After the Permian or Triassic mass extinction, Earth entered the most hostile biological recovery phase in its history. More than 90% of marine species were gone, forests had collapsed, soils were stripped of stability, and continental interiors became hot, dry, and chemically stressed. The early Triassic world was not a place of renewal but of survival, where ecosystems were broken and biological complexity had been reset to near zero. In this devastated landscape, most familiar plant groups failed. Trees disappeared, seed plants struggled, and broad vegetation cover was absent. Yet one plant lineage did not just survive, it briefly dominated. That plant was Pleuromeia, a Lycophyte belonging to an ancient group that had existed long before the extinction, but which now found itself uniquely suited to a wounded planet. Pleuromeia was not a forest former or a shade-loving plant. It was a pioneer built for extremes. Its tall, unbranched trunk acted as a storage organ, accumulating water and nutrients in an environment where rainfall was unpredictable and soils were poor. At the top of this trunk sat a compact crown of narrow leaves, minimizing water loss while still allowing photosynthesis under intense Triassic sunlight. Instead of producing seeds, Pleuromeia relied on massive spore production through large cone-like structures, releasing vast numbers of propagules into open, competition-free landscapes. This strategy allowed it to spread rapidly across freshly exposed ground, colonizing areas where almost no other vascular plants could establish. Fossil evidence shows that Pleuromeia formed near monocultures across large parts of what were then connected continents of Pangea, including regions that are now Europe, Asia, and parts of Gondwana. In some early Triassic deposits, entire plains are dominated almost exclusively by Pleuromeia remains, indicating that plant diversity was extremely low and ecological recovery was still in its earliest phase. But this dominance was not ecological failure, it was ecological groundwork. By stabilizing loose sediments, reducing erosion, and beginning the slow process of organic matter accumulation, Pleuromeia helped rebuild the physical foundation that later plant communities would require. It functioned as a biological scaffolding species, holding ecosystems together long enough for complexity to return. Importantly, Pleuromeia was not advancing evolution forward in terms of innovation, it was buying time. It represents a recurring evolutionary pattern where ancient, seemingly primitive lineages become crucial during recovery phases because they are resilient, flexible, and tolerant of instability. As Triassic climates slowly moderated and soils improved, new plant groups, especially early gymnosperms, began to replace Pleuromeia. Its dominance faded, and eventually the lineage disappeared from the fossil record. But its role had already been fulfilled. Pleuromeia was not meant to last, it was meant to heal. Its brief global success tells us that evolutionary survival is not always about being advanced, competitive, or complex. Sometimes, survival belongs to organisms that can endure collapse, tolerate chaos, and function when ecosystems are at their weakest. Pleuromeia showed that after Earth's darkest biological moment, recovery did not begin with forests or flowers, but with a single, resilient plant rising from cracked ground, signaling that life, even when reduced to its simplest forms, was ready to start again.